Haven't you all of you heard that by your parents or by some senior that you've been born in this world to do something, that one thing important, that one thing necessary in your life, and you've been waiting to chase that dream so much that you have left behind a trail of unclear and unfinished goals? We have been grown asking this one question to us by a lot of common people, that if you see a glass half filled with water, what would you call it as? An optimist would say it is half filled water. A pessimist would say it is half empty. Well, I would say that the water is experience and the emptiness is your dream. And you can fill the glass with more of your experiences, making sure that the dream turns into an experience. Well, my dear Toastmaster, that is what life is all about. Good evening, Toastmasters, and I wish you a very happy New Year 2017. As we move forward, we see that the dreams what we are chasing, we are nothing but living behind the trails of unfinished goals. Dating back to the time when I was just doing my higher secondary, I started my 10th and I was really looking forward at what would be the engineering which I will be doing. So in my higher secondary, I went for this field trip. I went to this field trip to a center of food and research, where I sat across some young scientists doing some experiments on saplings, on plant saplings. What was the experiment? They are trying to mutate the growth of the sapling for the plant to grow in a very harsher environment of pollution and chemicals. So that the plant has its normal growth no matter what kind of an exterior support it's getting from the environment. How beautiful is that? You're nothing but, you have become so powerful in your life that you can use your head, you can use your skill to create something miraculous, to make that plant grow in an environment which it's not supporting. That time my mind was straight. And I told to my parents that, Dad, Mom, I want to pursue biotechnology engineering. Dad was quite skeptical about it, but nevertheless, he never gave up on me. He said, no worries, I will find you a college with that. So they found one college in this city which only had this 30 seats available through the common entrance test. And I attended the exam and I fairly scored good. So this was the day when I went to the seat allotments and came the shocker to me that there is a quota of 60-40. 60 for special category, 40 for general category. So my opportunity from 100% went already down to 40%. And as I'm continuously looking at the table of seat allotments, I see how my competitors were quickly swept away all the seats available for me. That day made me realize that opportunity does come and knock your door. Whether the door is wrong or door is right, time is all going to tell you about it. Nevertheless, I lost that opportunity, but I had a good turn point in my life. I joined mechanical engineering and I'm doing fairly good in it today. But then, dating back to that day, I can still feel that, yes, I could have worked a little harder, could have made my scores better, and I would have actually pursued that future which I shaped at that time, that I might be a researcher in the future. Nevertheless, moving forward, I was doing my engineering, mechanical engineering, and the last year of my engineering was the time of the project, the engineering project. So our college was good enough to tell us that, why don't you do this engineering project outside the college? So I said, okay, why not? So a group of us went to Bharat Electrical, BEML, Bharat Electrical Machinery Limited, and we went there, and at BEML, they told us that you have these two options to execute the project. One is the free project, another one is a paid project. But you have to ensure that at the end of the paid project, you have a concept good enough to make a workable model for the benefit of the company. But we thought that time is not good enough, and what if we are not able to give that good concept to them, then all the expectations of the people from us will not be completed. So we chose, okay, we will go for the free project. At the end of the 6 months, we came up with this concept, which was very much acclaimed by everyone in the company, that concept could have been easily used for a workable model of making a roof leakage test of the metro bogies. A successful roof leakage test of the metro bogies. But unfortunately, it was a free project. We thought that there might be an opportunity where the general manager would say that, okay, fine, let us make this a paid project, let us use this concept. But no, we were still tagged as the members of the free project. So general manager thanked us, we also felt good, but then he said his secretary, you can take the book and keep it in the room. Which room? So I was quite skeptical enough, and my instinct told me that let me just follow the secretary where he takes my book to. So I followed him, and I entered a room where there was stacks after stacks of project books lying in dust, some of them dating back to 15 to 20 years. And my 6 months of hard work went into that junkyard of lost desires and lost dreams. So that time I realized that when the opportunity again knocked at the door, but I was thinking that I am not capable enough to open the right door, and rather I opened the wrong door. Moving forward, after I finished my engineering, I joined a big MNC who are a leading manufacturer of pumps and valves. And as I joined there, the seniors said that you have a fair, good opportunity to work outside India. But you have to work very hard. I was just a trainee then. So I worked hard day and night. And I told this to my parents that, there is an opportunity. So my mom and dad they were very much elated. They were euphoric to even think that, my son can go outside and work. He's capable of doing that. So more than my own dream, it became their dream now. And I moved forward. I worked day and night. I worked hard, so hard that I was even tagged as the trainee who can do wonders, whose probation period from 1 year came down to just 6 months. And he moved forward. And I worked so hard that yes, my project clicked one day, and my manager told me that, Agnik, the next project is in US, and you have to move there. But by then, my mother was no more. So that dream which I actually had to be posted outside India to work, which was not my dream, it was my mom's dream, that never happened. That desire never happened of her looking at something like this, of her son going outside India, did not just happen. But I wish that that could have happened when it was awakened, when she was awakened of it. Moving forward, will such dreams ever stop you? It never stopped me. Because I still had a family. I had my father who had the same dream. And I made him happy. I traveled to US, I worked for a short while in Italy, and now I'm in Gulf. That is what this thing is all about. If you dream, do not stop. Never stop dreaming. I know there will be a lot of time when you will be so hard, you will move forward and you will incur a lot of disappointments in your way, that you will feel, and you will ask God that, why me? Why me, God? Why should I be punished like this? All I ask for is a little happiness from you. That's all I asked. But it never happened. You'll be thinking that the wrong time just making you to sit there. Agnik, sit there and stay put there. But remember, it is just the wrong time. Like any other time, time flies in and goes out, even the wrong time flies in and goes out. So you should never stop yourself. That is the time when you should realize that you cannot be anyone else. You would want to do something more. Remember, you can be the best copycat. You can never be the best copycat, but you can be the best you, because that uniqueness stays inside you, which will keep you alive for days and days, which will take you forward. In Toastmasters, we see experienced speakers coming on the stage, using a lot of vocabulary, using a lot of manners on the stage, using the entire stage around and talking, and you always desire that, why can't I become like them? You should take the good qualities out of it and expose yourself on the stage. But rather than that, in Toastmaster, I have seen a lot of people try to copy an experienced speaker. That is not Toastmaster about. Toastmaster is about taking that skill, taking that uniqueness inside you out, exposing it so that you thrive out in the world and the world remembers you. That is what is Toastmaster all about. And remember, that uniqueness is all inside you. Here I can always see that there uniqueness on all. If I look at Toastmaster Arun Kumar, he has something which I don't. He has the spontaneity of humor, that anytime he utters the first word out of his mouth, we laugh. That is the uniqueness inside him. If I look at Toastmaster Arun Kumar, he gives the importance to the data so much that the preciousness of the value in his words, it shows that I cannot even remember those data. But he does it. All of you are unique today. And you have to remember that uniqueness in your life. You have to think that you are never full. You are never full. You will never be full. You have the uniqueness inside you to thrive you ahead. I will pass on this tips to you. I would want every one of you to write down that uniqueness in that paper And when I want you people to clap, do not clap for the completion of my project, but clap for that uniqueness inside you. And you should tell to yourself that yes, I am never full, but that uniqueness inside me will take me forward. Over to Toastmasters.